Evening everybody, welcome to this Council Advisory Committee B on today, Tuesday 30th of October. Before we start, can I remind everybody that this is recorded and it will be on the internet in a few days' time as our recorded meeting. We will start off the agenda, then I'll have my little spiel about what power we've got in a minute. I think this part is quite quick. Apologies for absence.
Yes, Chairman, we have apologies from Councillor Farmer and this is Councillor Kingsley substitute.
Welcome, Councillor Catherine. Thank you for joining us. Do we have any declarations of interest?
No.
I suppose really I ought to declare I am a district councillor and one of the applications is for garages owned by the district council. I don't think there's a necessity for a long discussion about it, but I will participate in that. So I have a non-pecuniary interest as such. Okay, nobody else? Right. Before we go on to the minutes of the last meeting, in a moment, can I just point out for the advantages of the internet, and anybody who might watch this at a future date, that we as a Town Council Advisory Committee have no direct power on planning decisions. We make comments on the ones that is necessary for us to make comments on, listed at the beginning of the agenda. In that respect, the ultimate decision on all planning applications is taken by the District Council. The officers will make the decisions there. If an application has been called into committee at the District Council, it comes before the Plans North Committee, a member of whom I am. So I like to clarify the fact that we haven't got any power, just want to make comments. After the District Council has made a decision, the only way, if an application has been refused, to challenge it is to take it to the Planning Inspector in Bristol, of which a small percentage do, and they make the final decision unless someone wants to bother and take it to the High Court. Okay, so we'll go back to our own agenda now, having done my bit of housekeeping. Minutes of the meeting held on the 18th of September. Are you all happy with those who are here? Yep. Are we all happy with this?
Yep.
Can't do one here. So I'll just sign. Get the thing on it.
Alarming at how long that meeting was, what it's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a very long meeting.
Yeah, the last period we had a right lump.
That's right, yes, the numbers are kind of
Yeah, well, he's keeping it like, sums up how...
Only applications that came in immediately after the summer, so.
Yeah.
What time was that wrapped up?
My last one was 9:15.
9:38?
Crumbs, that was a long one.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, yeah. Sorry. Good. Do we have any public questions in accordance with our standing orders 22 and 23?
None received yet.
Do we have any letters of objection?
None has been received.
Right, onto our agenda, applications we have before us. So we move forward to page
17?
17.
Sorry, thank you.
Yeah. Right. I know we didn't mention that. Are you all happy with what our officers said on the first application, which is 5/2018-2434, regarding 22 Tufnells Way?
Yes.
As is.
I thought it was very extensive and was accurate for the hospital.
Thank you. I think we need to vote on that, because we're all happy with the way it was put. Right, and then moving down, the next one we don't need to comment. The next one, which is Luton Road, is 5/2018-2573. Are you all happy that this is not going to have any direct impact and recommended no objection? Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I went through the St Albans website today on all of these applications to check out whether there were any letters of objection, etc. And there were none.
Yeah.
Great.
Brilliant, thanks very much. Right, next one doesn't reach our criteria. There's the next one, and there's the next one, and there's the next one. Right, first one, halfway down page 18, which is 5/2018-2587, part single, part two-storey, rear and first floor side extension to a garage with pitched roof, raising of the roof and loft conversion with rear dormer window and side roof lights, alterations to the openings and a raised rear patio. 11 Manwood Avenue. Most of you know my concern with raised rear patios, but I'll leave it to the committee to obviously, because these are at the rear, none of us could see this from the rear. We've got to rely on the information we have before us, paper-wise.
So I'd agree in some instances that I'm really concerned about the raised patios, because I think that we always should be expressing concern regarding them. And it is quite sizable in terms of like the height feels like it's a lot. A lot bigger, and I feel like it's...
Was it 13?
Yeah,
Looks like 13 is quite close.
Yeah, I'm a bit concerned
Obviously,
about...
number 9's got a garage between it, by the look of it.
I'm quite concerned about, like, I'd say I'd probably go back on refusal in terms of, like, this Vulcan mass of it. I don't know what the parking is like. Has there been any objections on the internet when, or is it...
Yeah, I've got a letter of objection from number 9 that was on the internet, which was regarding the increase in the roof height, and they considered it to be overbearing, and also they mentioned that the rear dormer was too large and out of proportion with the hipped roof form, and would create overlooking, and they had concerns about front window on bedroom floor as well. They wanted it glazed.
Yeah, I think another thing, I'd probably go on this application, recommend refusal because the size of it and overbearing on other properties. And then also, the committee also noted that there was a risk, that was of concern in terms of those properties.
How raised is it? Because it's not actually ideal, is it?
Raised a fair bit. Can I just check?
Yes, please.
Yeah, because I've looked at the outside of the
Does slope
property.
away a bit.
They're changing from 4 bedrooms to 5 bedrooms, as I understand it.
Oh, I've got 7.
You've got 7, have you?
Yes.
There's a bedroom.
I don't know, maybe I've miscounted.
Well, it's at least 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
The,
I get
on the plan
Yeah,
view,
it's 7.
it is 7, yeah.
Yeah.
They're going into the reef.
and also the garage is going, isn't it?
Is it? Because I put it being retained.
There's, yeah,
Well,
there is the
oh,
garage.
okay, sorry, there
There's
is a
one
garage.
space in the
Yeah.
garage.
Well, I looked at it from the outside. Although it sort of looks big, it isn't that big. So I expressed concerns on parking. I too don't like the raised rear patio, and also I felt that it wasn't really compatible with the street scene. There are a lot of individual houses down the road, but it didn't seem to match. You know, it seemed to be overbearing for the one next door. On balance, I think the recommend refusal.
Okay.
Well, I'll go. There's nothing additionally that I want to add to that, and it's he's fault size, massive, usual words, overbearing on the street scene. I don't believe that the loss of parking is sufficient because there is plenty of room on the front of the road. There.
It has got 2 entrances,
Yeah.
in that respect.
Yeah.
No,
So I'm happy.
I'm sympathetic with that. We recommend refusal, and indeed emphasise the fact that the detrimental effect on neighbouring properties
Yes.
of the rear. We can't work out the height. We can't.
No,
We
no.
don't look at the property in the rear, so or the possible detrimental effect to rear properties with the raised patio. The overbearing increase in size, raising the roof and
Yes.
Okay.
we need to vote. Sorry.
Yes. Okay.
Are we all happy to
Yeah.
that's right?
Yeah.
As a matter of information, very briefly, I'm told that I'm not allowed to vote.
You're on the committee.
Yeah.
If you
I was told we didn't take votes on the plan advisory committee. I'll perhaps take that outside of the meeting. I've never written.
I was told yes, and the other thing is you can only not vote if you have not had planning training. I know you have, because you sat on this committee. So, the 4 applications we have before us tonight, we will do it as per the book,
Yeah.
as I was told. So, right, so that one. The next one, quite a long story with amendments and raising this and raising that, but it's 2018-2576. And I like what the officer said. I can't think of adding anything to it. It seems to, the building seems to have been just about rebuilt over the years. I'm presuming that they have they resubmitted a previous application. Well, no, that was a non-material amendment, which had to be resubmitted because it was originally refused last year. So I'm presuming now we seem to have got it correctly, and we've just made a slight adjustment to the existing plan.
Can I ask, is there sufficient parking? Because they've got habitable roof accommodation, so could that be another benefit?
I considered it to be the size of the plot. They are, they're putting bedroom 5 in the loft with a study and a bathroom. Extending beds 2 and 4 lengthwise. They said lots of garage, so they are losing garage each day.
St Albans hasn't used parking as a reason for refusal
No.
in the past.
No.
So,
Okay.
There has been a letter of objection on the website, and the letter, well, 2 actually, and their problem was that they were concerned that the design would make the house look like a semi-detached if both the neighbouring one decided to do the same. Now, obviously, you can't necessarily make a presumption and look ahead, and they also said it would make it a loss of value.
That's not a
But
planning
that's
reason.
not, exactly, that's what I've put here. It's not a planning concern. But I thought I'd raise it just because.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm happy what we said, no objection, provided that there's no loss of amenity to the neighbouring properties. So we're covering ourselves by saying, if St Albans think that there is a loss of amenity, then we go along with it.
Could we add in potential terracing?
So potential.
Potential terracing effect. It's not actually a terracing effect, but the potential is there. Because if they,
we can only look at the planning application that's before us, we can't have any potential.
Okay, fine. Right.
Now, if the next one comes,
That's when
if the next
True,
one comes in,
yeah.
that's when we jump in with terracing effect.
I thought, again,
You can't look at-
technicality. Just that it was potential that if you grant this one, effectively the other one just says, well, they've got it, why can't I?
No, but then
that's
that
when
would be creating terracing effect, so
Yeah.
that one could be refused because it would.
Yeah.
This one's not creating it yet.
Okay,
As
fine.
far as I know, St Albans will actually say that if that's what they think.
Okay.
Good, thank you very much, well done. Next one, no objection, written down with Paul. Next one, no objection. No comment required by the committee, no comment required by the committee. Right, next one, page 21. We're on 5/2018 2594.
Yep.
This is the demolition of the garages and construction of 3 4-bedroom dwellings with associated landscaping and access. Milkshop Garages East, Harpenden. This is for the District Council, as indeed they've demolished lots of garages in the district and put on affordable homes. So, as I said earlier, I don't want to talk any more about it. I'm in your hands.
Can I just,
Right,
so
Councillor
I've been up that way. I think actually this is a very cramped development, and you're shoehorning in 3 detached here. It's a very long entranceway, but I see someone's drawn out the access for the corporation dust cart coming in. I don't really see, I mean, there's hardly enough parking for the people who live there, let alone visitor parking. And outside in note shops, there's a lot of cars on the pavement, so I just feel this is overdeveloped actually. I think that's my own personal view. I don't know what anyone else thinks actually.
I think it's a funny balancing act, because I feel like it's slightly on the cusp of being overdeveloped. And I think when you look at the street view is when you think actually the size of the plot is not massive for what they're trying to achieve on it. I think I'm probably veering towards more like express concern with regards to with regards to the parking provision, and also because I think and I just also want to check if there's anything from neighbouring properties.
I couldn't see any.
But I don't think it's a bit more set back, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
I mean, when you look at the surrounding area from sort of a third side view, I don't think it's actually going to be an issue. Regarding.
and it's also because of like I maybe express concern around overdevelopment because like especially on plot 1 the amenity space is really small. But I'm not sure if and there are like 3 parking spaces additionally there, and I'm just not sure if we have enough to refuse it.
It's like a motor vehicle going in there. There's not a lot of room, and I don't really think there's
They are
sufficient
widening
visitor
it,
parking.
aren't they? They're widening, they're widening the road,
Yep.
particularly the entrance and so on and so forth.
If you say somebody's already done the use the old phrase, the corporation dust cart goes there. So
Yeah.
if you do that, fire engine will as well.
Yeah.
Effectively what it is what that says, so that, from that point of view,
I just think there's a lack of overall parking as well. I just don't
how many
see-
parking spaces in total?
I've got 10 parking spaces.
10, and how many bedrooms?
4.
In each house?
Well,
12.
12.
12.
Yeah, 12 altogether, sorry.
Because I think that
Actually qualifies.
Does.
Well,
yeah. It does.
It
Yeah.
qualifies, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we'd struggle to put this down as a refusal.
Yeah.
Well, then I think should we express concern over lack of visitor, lack of parking, or insufficient
Yeah. I'm happy to go with that.
lack of parking.
That's my only one personally. Effectively, you look at it and you look at the amount of amenity space that there is around those original properties. But this is up to modern standard rather than the over generous, or what in this day and age is considered as to be over generous.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've got it on that one. So it is expressed concern over parking is the only issue that I've got.
Yeah, that's all I would say, but...
Feels like touching it small, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't think we have an issue with it, really. But, yeah, just some of those
So it does
things
fit
that-
in the rule as far as parking goes then?
It does.
Yeah, it complies with the no visitors parking.
Okay.
So we could say concern was raised by the committee regarding the lack of provision for visitors parking.
That's what,
Mm.
that's
Yeah.
a good phrase.
I think that's
Is
good.
that all right?
Yeah,
Are you all
Yeah.
happy with that?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm not trying to...
I mean, they've addressed the
influence
issue
anything.
of the bins, because basically the bus carts go into each
Just
house,
can't get
basically.
here, it's difficult to say about overdevelopment of the site. This is generality, but when it's affordable housing,
It's well within current modern parameters.
Yeah, I think
and the fact that it's staggered
Mm.
helps a little bit in that respect, that it's not just one block.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Right. So, concern raised by committee with regard to the lack of visitor parking.
Yep.
Yep.
That's right, yep.
I mean, we've done so many of these developments, I think, in the district. I think we've now got the design and what to get the maximum number of dwellings on each site to in that respect. But
It's a well versed and well practiced thing.
It looks, yeah. Cool.
right, moving down. It does not meet the criteria. Does not meet the criteria. Right, the bottom one, just like a quick look at 2018-2653. This is the raising of the roof ridge height to accommodate loft conversion, habitable roof space. This is 46 Manor Avenue. I like what you said.
Yeah.
There's no increasing parking provision. It's already difficult there, and I think we're just exasperating it.
Yeah.
So I think Harold has suggested that the committee should recommend removal.
Yeah.
Are you all happy with that?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. So moving down page 22, doesn't meet the criteria, no objection. Doesn't meet the criteria, does not meet the criteria. To be considered by the committee, top of the page. Right, this is 2018-2614, 41 Prospect Lane, single storey, front, side, rear extension with roof lights following removal of existing side projection, first floor rear infill extension, new carport, front porch, replacement bay window and roof to ground floor rear projection, raised patio to rear with garden store underneath. So it must be quite high.
Yeah.
It is.
Alterations to openings, this is 41 Prospect Lane. So
I didn't actually have a problem with the actual proposal except for the patio in itself because it was excessively high and it doesn't look like it's going to be overlooking. And that was my main concern. The rest of it was...
Any comment?
There have been no objections received online, and the sort of like the infill first floor extension is in the middle of the property, so that doesn't seem to affect anybody. I mean, it's a big property, but it's just that patio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's when we go expressing,
Well, I'm going to recommend refusal from that case.
Yes, 'cause we can't just pick out
the
one
bit-
part of it.
No.
Yeah.
I just think it's OTT, because when you look at the draw, I mean, it's very high.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you can see, they're beautiful properties. I mean, you can see the properties next door, but it's just that there'd be no privacy for the people in there. You know,
Yeah.
forced
Yeah. No, I agree.
to remove. It's just,
No, you're
Not
right. We
quite sure
can't pick and
say-
choose what we want.
Not quite sure which TV programme was it started these raised patios, but they seem to be rather popular.
no, it's
Well, this is
quite high.
exceptionally high. It's got
It is.
a garden store beneath.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's crazy.
We've had one like that before, and we think it's only and it's very high. And to be fair, they lose their own privacy as well. This is what we found.
I don't know why anyone
So,
wants to do it.
are we, so from the chair, are we suggesting that
I think we should recommend refusal.
recommend
Yeah,
refusal
recommend
due to
refusal.
the height of the proposed rear patio and its detrimental effect on neighbouring properties?
That's right, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Are we all
absolutely
happy
fine,
with
but
that?
do we need to look, I mean, it says that the actual raising of it and putting a room in underneath wasn't there before, was it? The room wasn't there before, the patio's on top of. So that's basically part of the extension, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Does that affect the wording? Because we were just talking patio rather than, that's part of the rear extension, isn't it?
You should have these.
Well, they've got in their wording, raised patio to rear.
Rear, with the garden
So
store
it
underneath.
doesn't have to be made into a patio.
It doesn't say
Yeah, but right,
construction on
so,
the roof of the,
yeah.
No,
of
No.
the shed.
no.
That's what I'm saying, that is not existing, so that is part of that room there,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
store,
I think
is
it's
actually
part of the new
a
stuff.
part of the building, it's part of the application.
Mm.
So actually the objection is to that, not just on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm with you.
So we can say,
For the store as well, I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so we
am I right?
Yeah,
That was just how it struck me.
objections to the gardens.
And the raised
The garden
patio,
store
it's both.
and the raised,
Yeah.
and the raised
Yeah,
patio,
and safety.
which may cause
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loss of amenity,
Well,
neighbouring
we could
properties.
loss
say
of
and in,
amenity.
and in particular to the raised patio.
Yes.
Mm.
I mean, you know, the people next door are going to overlook them.
Mm.
I don't care how high the hedge is, it's
No.
not that high, you can still stand up into the road.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly.
But because we can't go on to the rear of the premises,
No, exactly.
and we explained otherwise, we've got to
Yes.
rely on what we've got before.
And then the other problem being that we grant this, and I know that we have to look at the application, but we do have to look at potential for the fact that then somebody else moves in, decides they want to knock windows into this store and make it part of the house.
Mm.
It then almost becomes part of the permitted development rights, and away we go.
Mm.
And we're blown. So we do have to look at it that one stage further. It's potential. And that one I looked at, and it appeared to me that they were trying to avoid. It was just they were putting a patio out the back, and it was just a store.
Mm.
But no, it is a block. It is an extension.
Yeah. Let's go recommend.
You managed to get that down?
Yep.
Good. Thank you. So, next one, Camden Lane, recommended no objection. This was just to go with property and that. Bottom of the page, to be considered by the committee. Right. This is five 2018 2393. Change of use of ground floor and cellar from social club to 4 one-bedroom and 1 two-bedroom flats, and replacement single-storey rear extension, alterations to the fenestration and replacement bin store. Resubmission following withdrawal of one previously in the year, 25 Vaughan Road. This was the old Conservative club, for those who didn't know.
Yeah.
We've tried to keep going as a club, having sold off the upstairs flats. Failed hopelessly, and now trying to get some of their money back by using the downstairs instead of a club, turning it into flats.
I mean,
there is no parking there anyway.
That's all done in the line.
just to be clear, there's no link or anything to the Conservatives anymore.
No, we sold it.
Sold property, yeah, fine.
The Conservative club was never to do with the Conservative.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Just for a matter of clarity, so
yeah,
you get it out.
No.
Yeah, just looking at the history of it, they've gone back to what they originally asked for in 0561, which is, because that says conversion to 4 one-bedroom and 1 two-bedroom. And this application is for 4 one-bedroom and 1 two-bedroom. So it's almost...
Yes, it's they seem to... What they had to do before they could change of use, they had to prove that it wasn't viable as a business. That's why that middle one was put in. They had to put an application. They had to change the application because they hadn't produced paperwork to support the change of use. Because the planning rules consider that loss of a club, loss of a bar, or loss of anything like that has to be proved that it was due to lack of use. The reason why it necessitates change of use. So that's the reason why they've now done that and resubmitted it.
I think I quite actually, looking back at that as well, I quite like our recommendation earlier year on that. So we have no objection to the proposed change of use.
See, this is under the middle one.
No,
under consideration.
The last
it
one.
The last one, they withdrew it, application withdrawn, because they hadn't got the paperwork to support it.
But that's what I'm saying. So on 0561, we made a recommendation that said we have no objection, but we were concerned about the concern expressed that no additional parking is proposed on site, and I think that kind of covers probably what we would say. So it's like, I don't think we have an objection to this. Like, it's good that there's no more housing in the town centre, but we know that also there's no parking. So I'd just go with exactly what we said before.
Yeah, and what was the objection again?
Parking facilities for proposed additional flats already inadequate parking in the area.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid you have to use the car park.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Anybody who buys a property in Vaughan Road very rarely gets any parking.
Oh, definitely, but it's one of those things where I think it's always
One bedroom.
It's always going to end up saying like, oh yeah.
Yes.
So is it agreed that you want me to use the same comment as
Yeah,
we
I
had
think we
for
have no
0561?
objection. With the concern is the lack of parking.
Yeah.
That's what it certainly was. For some reason, I've got a feeling we covered this one just a few weeks ago.
Well, because we've got this, because the second one is under discussion, under
Yeah,
consideration.
that one.
So what
If
we've
you
done
got-
is...
yeah, I'm not...
No.
Yeah. I'm not the user I'm not away with the fairies.
No.
Okay, fine. So yes, I'd like to stick to what we said in the last
What they've done
one.
now, they've increased the number of
Yeah.
one, because it was the application that's at the moment, we've got 2 applications now, 2 one-bedrooms and 2 two-bedrooms. And now they've got 4 one-bedroom and 1 two-bedroom. So we're going to be 2 applications there, but we've raised the same queries we raised before.
Yeah.
So are we all happy with that?
Right,
Yes.
so are the Is the wording the same for both of those two applications, just so I get it right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
yes.
It is.
That's fine.
Moving forward, does not meet criteria, no comment required by the committee, does not meet criteria, no comment required by the committee, recommended no objection. Yeah, if anybody, just going to the top of page 25, no one's got any objection for a storage and distribution facility to change it to a tattoo studio, have they? I won't be personally using it.
Deja vu again, that one came on the last one as well, didn't it?
Did it?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because we talked about a tattoo parlour in Southdown, the first in Harpenden.
Yeah, well, it was refused
Yeah.
St Albans. So, but
So, where are we materially on?
Doesn't even say
well, I think what they've done, as far as I can see, they've just reduced the amount of area they're actually going to put in.
Oh, so public parking within
Storage and distribution studio. So it's located in an employment area. I think what we've put no objection. I think what we should qualify that by saying subject to
Yeah, absolutely.
previous.
the new application addressing previous reasons for refusal.
Absolutely, thank you, yeah.
Are you all happy with
That's what I was
that?
groping around for.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Yep.
So that
Yep.
means that
Brilliant, thank you.
St Albans refused it. I don't know quite understand what the difference is. They talked about it because it's an employment area. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Right, no problem with that, and no problem with the bottom one, which fills the agenda. Thank you very much, boys and girls. Right, just going back to the agenda at the front. Thanks for doing those. We've got no appeals, Becky?
None received,
Good.
Chairman.
No prior notifications?
None received either.
Right, list of the decisions, we don't need to discuss that, we've got them enclosed. List of tree works, we don't need to worry about that. The next meeting of Plans A, Councillor Canfield, we know that Straining Release for,
Absolutely.
20th of November, and Plans North will be on the 26th of November, as we had it last night. So I'll call this meeting to a close at 6